I'm single, so sometimes hot men will show up on my TikTok algorithm. Sue me, it happens, whatever. They're nice to look at. And so then, because I am nosy, and because in today's day and age, it's very possible to meet a partner online on the internet. Plenty of couples have come out of TikTok. So I go and I click on their profile, and then they have a Bible verse in their bio.
So this woman is frustrated that the Giga Chads online, the highly attractive men that she finds on TikTok, okay, that she thinks that she qualifies for, despite being single and a womanist, she goes here and she discovers that they are Christians, right? That they are men of faith. And of course, that doesn't work well for her because she doesn't like religion. She's not Christian whatsoever. And she despises the whole thing, I imagine. So here we are crying on TikTok about it. I am not surprised at all. Every time I see videos like this, guys, there is 0% of me that is surprised that these women are single. The delusion is insane. The fact that she even thinks she would qualify for these men in the first place is crazy. The guy who is posting highly attractive edited TikToks of himself with 50,000 likes is not going to settle for you, Rebecca. Let's continue.
And I personally am not religious. And I don't really care what you believe, but if your religion is so important to you that you have a Bible verse up there, we are not compatible.
Yeah, so she doesn't care if you're religious, guys, but at the same time, if you put something religious in your bio, she does care. You see how already we just make no sense?
So I get annoyed, and then I have to block these men because I don't want to see them again. I don't want to see them and then forget that I've already been through this and go have to click on their profiles again and see the thing and whatever. So they get blocked, and it would be...
Yeah, so translation, she shot her shot, failed, so then she had to block the dudes.
It'd be really nice if the algorithm would serve me people that don't do that. So yeah, tall, hot, mustached men, we're not religious. That'd be great. Okay, thanks.
These women, man, are so creepy, in my opinion. Like, can we all just agree how creepy these women are? They always say that dudes are creepy. You know, men watch so much online content of women, which I'll agree, right? I think spicy content online is very bad for men. But, like, let's be real, guys. These women are absolutely thirsting over random dudes on applications who are never going to want them in the first place. Let's continue into the next clip here. We have a couple here today to get through. We'll see how we go. Let's jump in.
Chronically single friends don't get enough credit. Everyone's like, no, you'll find someone eventually. But what about now? What about when I'm around all my friends and I'm seeing all this beautiful love, craving that, wishing I could have that, a simple like hand holding or a kiss on the cheek or the forehead, but I can't. It's the constant bad dates. It's the constant looking. It's the constant like, oh, is this the one? Imagining a future with like all these different people. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I ever will find someone. Being the chronically single friend it takes a toll.
Yeah, so I would love to be able to be the positive person who says, yes, your Prince Charming is just around the corner. But whenever I say that, I am being so heavily sarcastic. This woman will probably remain single for a very long period of time until she decides to get with some guy who she doesn't respect and who she's going to leave anyway. But this woman is going to be single for a very long time, right? Or at the very least, her relationships are never going to work out because she doesn't like the men. But here's the thing, guys. I don't feel any empathy for this woman because it's entirely her fault. You know, this is like dudes going around and they're complaining that supermodels won't date them. But they have the option of dating, you know, any woman, but she's just not a supermodel. Obviously, the average guy can't go around doing that. But my point is this, guys. Women have options. She could go out there. She could get her relationship. She could get her boyfriend. She could get her marriage. But who she's imagining a life with are highly successful, highly attractive chads. Guys who are making 100K a year, who are over 6 foot. I guarantee you, this woman isn't over 6 foot. She's not making 100K a year. She probably doesn't meet the same standards or anywhere close, you know, for the types of men that she's demanding. Let's continue.
I don't really talk too much about it because it just hits home a little too hard. I would love to find my person. I would. But I refuse to be with the wrong person.
Yeah, so we refuse to be with the guy who's 5'6", right? Because this is what she means by the wrong person. The wrong person is a guy who makes 50K a year, 60K a year. The wrong person is a man who's 5'6". The wrong person is a man who, you know, doesn't fit into any other of the things that she wants out of a romantic relationship. You guys see what I'm saying, guys? Dating is so hard. Being single is so hard, but I'm never going to settle. And you know what? I encourage these women to never settle. Please continue to go out there and do what you're doing, right? Continue to chase the dudes who are out of your league. It makes endless content for me, and it is so damn funny. Let's continue.
So I'm taking my time. But in the meantime, it's like seeing a couple walking down the street and they're holding hands and just giggling and laughing, or you see all of those small things that we have to see day to day, and we wish that that could be us. We absolutely do. I'd love for someone to hold my hand. I would love for someone to just know that they're there for me and I'm there for them. To have that one person that's like your best friend and just knows everything and understands you.
So, there'll be a lot of guys who maybe don't understand anything about women, and they'll see videos like this. They'll see the women saying, oh, I'm just looking for love, right? I'm just looking for a guy to hold my hand who's sweet and nice and everything. But the part of the video that's the most important is the part that they leave out. And the part that is that they don't want anything of this sort from the average man. That's the part that they leave out of the videos, okay? The guys who, for example, for lack of better words, who are on their level, they don't want any of the romance from these men. They don't want the hand holding. They don't want any of the romantic gestures from men who they think that they are better than. That's it. That's all that it comes down to.
That rock, that foundation, having that love there. And then sometimes I wonder, well, what if this is it? This is life. This is my life. Maybe this is what's in the cards for me.
Yeah, probably. I mean, maybe there's some cats, right? I heard a lot of women, when they're in your predicament, what they do is they go and get some animals who, it's very unfortunate that the cats actually have to be around you. But for the women, this becomes their children, essentially. Let's continue into the next video we have lined up here today. This is a woman who is doing a reaction to a man who's talking about dating, I believe. Let's jump in and take a listen.
By now, we've all seen this man.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, woe is me. Well, not him, but just head of the pity party for men on dating apps and this male loneliness epidemic. And this is...
I've never heard anyone other than women say male loneliness epidemic, by the way. Just by the way, right? I'm in the men's content space, and I don't think I've ever heard a dude refer to, the current dating climate as this. Only women. I've only heard of the male loneliness epidemic coming out of women's mouths. Maybe I'm just sheltered, okay? Maybe I'm wrong, but I've only ever heard it from womanists, only.
Such an incomplete conversation every single time any man tries to have it. His whole thing is men have to swipe a bajillion times on dating apps to even get one coffee date, and if he gets maybe like 5 coffee dates, then maybe only one of those leads to a second date.
I mean, that's true. I don't understand why this woman is saying this in this tone, right? This is absolutely true. Dating apps suck for the average man. It's a completely horrible experience for the average guy. I don't know why we're putting on this voice as if it's not true, because that's absolutely correct.
Oh, sorry, I got cold. But I don't know a single woman that is out here thinking that men have it easier than us on dating apps.
Because they don't think about the male experience. They don't know if it's easier. They don't know if it's harder. You know why? Because women don't care about the male dating experience. Well, women don't look outside of their own personal dating lives, guys. They really don't. They might compare options with each other, but do you really think that women are going to care one way or another if men are doing good or bad on dating applications? Of course not. They don't give a damn. And I'm not saying that women should care, by the way. I don't care if women care or not. But let's not pretend like women actually do care, because they don't. They don't even know. They don't even notice, man, the male experience. They have no idea.
I think we're not talking about the weirdo behavior that men exhibit on dating apps that women just don't. They just don't.
That's nonsense, by the way. Women exhibit very creepy behavior, but they only do it for highly attractive men. They turn into the same thing, guys. When women are chasing highly attractive men, honestly, they are just as creepy. They really are. Go to some dude's inbox, okay, who is one of these top percentage men. Women are just as thirsty, you know, arguably just as creepy, you know. Let's continue.
How about the fact that women aren't just vigorously swiping, hoping to get as many matches as they can, and then proceeding to go through those matches and insult the men that they matched with?
I mean, I've seen a lot of women insulting men when the women get rejected. I don't know, like, am I just imagining things? I don't understand. Women are absolutely, you know, they can dish it out on these dating applications, guys. Let's not get confused here.
Like, I don't know any women doing weird shit like that. I know from my own experience and from my friends' experiences that they have had men match with them and then proceed to send a just disgusting initial message and unmatch. That's insane. And that guy is the victim. Yeah, that weirdo is the victim in all of this because he can't get any dates.
This woman is so dense. She doesn't even understand that this is not the same man, because the same man wouldn't get a swipe in the first place. I think what this video is really about is the fact that we are upset that the highly attractive men on dating applications don't treat us very well. They treat women like you like an option. And that's absolutely true. These men probably don't treat you the best. But this woman, she doesn't even understand the dynamic here, okay? Because the average man, which is what this initial discussion was about, the average man, he won't even receive the match in the first place. You know, even from women like this who are not the most, you know, stunning of individuals, shall I put it. You know, like the guy is still not, the average man is still not getting the like in the first place. Okay, so what women do is they take the behavior from the top percentage of men and then they apply it to all men. Oh, they treat us like options. They don't text us very nice. Yeah, they don't have to. They don't care. In the same way that women don't care when they message the average man, if they even do at all. So all I see here, guys, is women who treat men like options complaining when they themselves get treated like options.
Or how about the guys, like, women actually read men's profiles. We don't just and hope for the best. Like, we actually read the profiles and we're like thorough and, I don't know, care about the people that we might end up talking to and bringing into our lives.
That is complete nonsense. Guys, I would encourage you, go and watch Tinder experiments, dating app experiments that have been done here on YouTube. I have seen so many experiments, guys, where, you know, dudes behind the scenes, what they'll do is they'll set up a dating profile. They'll put super attractive photos on the damn thing, right? Highly attractive model guy, okay? But then they'll have the details on the profile just be the most messed up things you could ever imagine. And guess what? The women don't care. They still match the guy. They still message the guy. They still chase him. Why? Because he's attractive. Don't give me this crap of, oh, we care about men's, you know, the details on their profiles so much. We read everything. We read their about section. We really care. No, you don't. If the man's profile pictures are attractive enough, the woman does not care what is in his about section. Okay? Complete nonsense. Provably nonsense. Hilarious.
Because we want to at least, like, on first impressions, not miss any red flags. So yeah, we're not.
Yeah, because women are known, guys, for being very diligent about not chasing men with red flags. Get the hell out of here. Right? Every single woman I see, whether it be dating apps, real life, TikTok, they all complain. They all chase dudes with red flags. Don't try and pitch this argument to me that women weed out the guys with red flags, because they don't. I'm sorry, you're not going. That is the funniest thing I've heard all day, man. I'm going to play that back. What did she say? It was some complete nonsense. Let's take a listen.
Like, on first impressions, not miss any red flags.
Yeah, guys, you heard it here first, right? Women, they just don't miss any red flags on initial impressions, guys. They really don't. They're very good at picking up on these red flags that men exhibit. Guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. I don't want to listen to any more, so we're going to be leaving it there. Make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.